What if the grocery stores just stopped restocking? For most of us, it's a scary thought. A crisis could empty our pantries in just a few days. And lately, that what if is starting to feel more like a when. Being prepared isn't paranoia anymore. It's just smart. But there's one community that lives as if this is a constant reality. The Amish don't just plan for next season. The goal is to stay 2 full harvests ahead of any crisis, all without relying on a modern power grid. In this video, we're pulling back the curtain on their master plan. We'll reveal the exact framework they use, the preservation methods and storage strategies that make sure their families never have to worry about an empty shelf. This is a blueprint for resilience, built over generations to handle any shortage or storm the world throws their way. This is how they do it. Intro. The absolute cornerstone of the Amish food system is canning, but calling it just canning doesn't do it justice. For the Amish, it's a science passed down from mother to daughter. They've mastered 2 key methods, each for a specific job. First, you have water bath canning, which they use for high-acid foods. Think of those beautiful jars of golden peaches, tangy pickles, and rich tomato sauces. They're all sealed and preserved with nothing more than boiling water. This simple process creates a powerful vacuum seal that lets these summer flavors sit on a shelf for years. But for low-acid foods, they need something stronger: pressure canning. This is their secret weapon for long-term meat storage. In a world without freezers, pressure canning lets them preserve beef, pork, and chicken for several years. The high heat inside a pressure canner gets rid of risks that a water bath can't, making it perfectly safe to store protein-rich meals without using a single watt of electricity. Long before anyone even dreamed of a refrigerator, the Amish had already perfected cold storage with the root cellar. It's a brilliant, zero-energy solution. By digging deep into the earth, they use the planet's natural insulation to keep a cool, dark, and humid space all year round. It's simple, but incredibly effective. Inside these underground pantries, conditions are just right for a whole range of foods. Root vegetables like potatoes, carrots, and beets stay firm and fresh through the entire winter. Apples, picked and stored carefully, stay crisp long after the trees go bare. But the root cellar isn't just for produce. It's also the perfect home for all those canned goods. Storing the jars in a cool, dark place protects the nutrients and flavor inside, making sure a jar of green beans opened in February tastes almost as good as the day it was picked. Nature's refrigerator. The ingenuity of the root cellar. Canning is crucial, but it's not their only trick for preserving meat. They are masters of ancient techniques that most of the world has forgotten. One of the most important is salt curing and smoking. By rubbing cuts of pork and beef with salt, they pull out moisture, which is what causes meat to spoil. After curing, the meat often goes into a smokehouse. The cool smoke doesn't just add incredible flavor, it creates a protective barrier on the meat's surface, acting as another shield against bacteria. This is how they make hams and bacon that can hang in a cool pantry for months, ready to be sliced off whenever needed. Another fascinating method is lard preservation. This involves cooking meat, packing it into a crock, and pouring rendered lard over it. When the lard cools, it creates a perfect airtight seal that locks out oxygen. This fat sealing can keep cooked meat tender and ready to eat for months in a cool, dry place. Combined with pressure canning, these methods give them a diverse supply of meat that is totally independent of the power grid. Beyond the canned goods and cured meats, a huge part of the Amish pantry is full of dry goods, foods that can last for decades if they're stored right. They live by a simple rule: flour goes bad, but whole grains can last a lifetime. So, you won't find bags of processed flour here. Instead, you'll see large bins of whole wheat berries, rye, and oats. Kept cool, dry, and safe from pests, these grains can last 20 or even 30 years. When they need flour, they just grind what they need for that day. Dried beans are another cornerstone. Varieties like navy, pinto, and black beans are a powerhouse of protein and fiber. Once they're fully dried, they're stored in airtight glass jars, where they can hold their nutritional value for up to 30 years. Then you have the true forever foods. Raw honey, thanks to its low moisture and natural acidity, is famous for being perfectly preserved for, well, basically forever. Pure salt is another staple. As long as it's kept dry, it never expires and is essential for curing and pickling. By stocking up on these incredibly shelf-stable foods, the Amish build a foundation of calories and nutrients that time can't erase. This is where all these techniques come together into one philosophy, the two-harvest mindset. The Amish don't just store enough food to get through the next winter. The goal is to preserve enough to last through the entire following year and into the next harvest after that. That's what it means to be 2 harvests ahead. This isn't about hoarding. It's a strategy to survive the hungry gap, that tricky time in late spring when last year's stores are low, but the new garden isn't producing yet. A single bad harvest from a drought or blight isn't a catastrophe, because they have an entire year's worth of food as a safety net. This takes serious organization. Canned goods are often stored without the rings, so if a seal fails, it's immediately obvious. But more than anything, this system is built on community. Harvesting and preserving are huge communal efforts. Families share the work and the bounty, making sure everyone is taken care of. That shared knowledge and labor is what holds the whole master plan together. These methods are more than just old traditions. They're a practical guide for anyone who wants to be a little more self-reliant. If you found these strategies as amazing as we do, please give this video a like and subscribe for more ideas on sustainable living. We'd love to hear from you in the comments. Which one of these methods surprised you the most? From the art of canning and the genius of the root cellar to ancient meat-curing tricks, the Amish master plan is a complete blueprint for food independence. It proves that with a little knowledge, planning, and respect for tradition, you can build a pantry that will get you through anything. By thinking 2 harvests ahead, they've achieved a level of security that our modern supply chain just can't promise. And that's the ultimate lesson. The power to provide for your family isn't on a store shelf. It's in your own hands.